What's your gotta take one for the team story? 1. I was out with a bunch of friends, and about 10 minutes into the party, our designated driver just bailed, completely disappeared. The problem? I didn't have a valid driver's license. My learner's permit had expired, and I hadn't renewed it because I didn't have regular access to a car. But I knew one thing for sure. If I didn't step up, the people I was with, every single one of them, would absolutely drive home drunk. So I didn't drink a drop, grabbed the keys, and drove everyone home. On the way, I got pulled over by the RCMP. He asked for my license and registration. I handed over the registration and calmly said, "I don't have a license." He gave me that cop stare and started grilling me. "Why are you driving without a license?" I pointed to everyone in the car, one by one, and said, "Drunk, drunk, drunk, drunk," and I didn't drink. He looked at me for a moment, handed the registration back, and simply said, "Carry on." Easily the most stressful but satisfying moment of my teenage years. 2. This one's a bit heavier and honestly kind of awful, at least how it started. I was a freshman in high school during homecoming week. Some jerks in our class thought it would be funny to pull a cruel prank on a girl who had a learning disability. They all voted for her to be the freshman homecoming representative as a joke, and she won. To make it worse, the guy who was supposed to escort her backed out the day before the event. Guess who was second in line? Yeah, me. At that age, I was terrified of being laughed at. I knew the whole thing was a joke, and the idea of walking her down in front of everyone made my stomach twist. But I said yes anyway. I'll never forget it. My stepbrother mocked me relentlessly, but when my stepfather found out what I had agreed to do, he tore into him and said he was incredibly proud of me. I don't think she ever knew it started as a joke. To her, it was real. It was probably one of the best nights of her high school life. Fast forward about 25 years, my dad randomly ran into her parents. And guess what? They still thanked him for what I did. That moment stuck with them, probably forever. You really never know the kind of impact a small act of kindness can have. Be decent, even when it's hard.